Do you want to learn how to make a Roblox game in 2023? If you do, then you are in the right place because in this video I'm going to guide you through everything you need to know from downloading Roblox Studio to making your game to publishing it and to playing with your friends. Let's go ahead and get started. Hi, I'm CodeBro29. If you're new to the channel, I make tons of tutorials all about Roblox development for you guys. If you would like to subscribe and you're interested in those videos, I would really appreciate that. It helps me out a lot. But now, let's go ahead and get into the video. So step one, if you do not have Roblox Studio installed on your computer, you're going to go to this website right here. It's roblox.com. You may have heard of it, but you're going to go to roblox.com/create, okay? And after that, you're going to click this Start Creating button, and it's going to ask you to download Roblox Studio. Once you're there, go ahead and open up the app, and I will meet you there. Alright, welcome to Studio. So as you can see, we have a ton of different templates that we can choose to make our game. You'll notice these different tabs on the side as well. There's New, My Games, Recent, and Archive. You can check these out on your free time, but for now just go ahead and click New, and we're going to create our very own game. I'm going to select Obby because that's what I'm going to be showing you guys how to make in this video. No, we're going to make it from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and click Base Plate, and once you are in that base plate, we are going to go ahead and start creating an obby, and hopefully you guys can do this in under 20 minutes, and I'll show you guys how you can publish it after that, and show it to your friends. Alright, so this is Roblox Studio. If you are here already, good job, you are in your very first game. So, a couple windows you're going to want to make sure are open. You're going to go ahead, you're going to see these tabs at the top. You're going to see Home, Model, Avatar, Test, and View. Make sure to click Explorer, Properties, and Toolbox. So make sure that all of these windows, Explorer, Properties, and Toolbox, are open. So you can click all of these to open them up, right? You can do that. And make sure they're all open. And once they are, we can get going. So you might see this little button called Workspace, and if you click the triangle next to it, it's going to open up the workspace and everything in it. Go ahead and delete the base plate, and you'll see that all we have is a spawn location. Now, I'm going to quickly show you how you can test your game. To test it, you're going to go to the Home tab that we just saw, and you're going to click this big blue triangle that says Play under it, or you can click this blue triangle up here. Either one works just fine. Once you hit play, you're going to notice that you are in your game, and there's not much to do now, so we're going to go ahead and make an obby. To stop playing your game, you press stop. Okay, let's go ahead and start with some building. As you can see, there's this button that says Part, and you can click a part to insert it into your game. Now, if you click this triangle under it, you can see there are lots of different types of parts. There are wedges, spheres, corners, cylinders, and all this nice stuff that we can work with. But to start, we're going to go ahead and create a sphere. So drop this down and click Sphere. And next, once you have this in here, you're going to go ahead and click this Scale button right here. And you can go ahead and click one of these, hold Shift, and drag up. And it's going to scale up your ball that you've just made. Next, go ahead and click Move, and you're going to drag it along an arrow. As you can see, now we have moved it from the spawn location, and it's all the way over here. By the way, if you're struggling to move, that's totally understandable. I forgot to mention that. Roblox Studio, the way you move is by pressing W, A, S, and D, or the arrow keys, like the way you walk in a Roblox game. To move your camera, hold the left or right click on your mouse, and you can just drag your mouse. And lastly, you can just left click on items to select them and move around. Okay, so the next thing, we're going to go ahead and click our part, and we're going to click this anchored button right here. Click it once, and it should have like a darker background now, and that means that it's anchored, and that basically means that this, when you play your game, is not just going to fall from the sky, okay? So it's going to stay up in the air. Next, let's make this a little more lively. Let's add a color to it. So I'm going to go ahead and click this color button, and we can choose any color that we want here. I'm going to make this one a red. Let's go ahead and click this item, and we're going to name it. So the way we're going to name that is by clicking the item, scrolling down in its properties until you see name. You shouldn't have to scroll too much, just once, and then you'll see name, its currently named part, and we'll just call this ball hop. Okay, and as you can see in the Explorer, it is now ball hop. Okay, so next I'm going to duplicate it. The way you do that is by pressing Control D. And then you're going to see it's still in the same spot, so you can go ahead and move your arrow, use your arrows by clicking the move up here, and then moving it around to move the duplicated ball. And you can change the color as well. Alright, so that is how you can do that. I'm going to do that a few more times, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that they're not too big of a gap so that the players can actually jump. Once you have a good amount, you can decide how many you want for your game. You can go ahead and stop there. I think that one more should be good, and I'm going to change the color to be more of a purple. Okay, so you can also move these up and down if you would like to add a little more variety. So you've added this little ball hop obby, but now it's time to add a checkpoint. And because this is a not a scripting video, it's more of how to make your first game, we're going to use a model for that, a free model. And there's no harm in using free models, although there are viruses sometimes, so be very careful with them. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into this toolbox that we opened up, and you're going to see this search bar, and you can search obby checkpoints, okay? You're going to see this one. If it's this one right here and it says, if you hover over it and it says nully mis something, that one's completely fine. So press it once, hit OK, and it's going to be inserted into your game. You can move your camera around and drag this down and move it out, and there you go. You have a checkpoint, and when a player touches it, it will set that to be their next spawn. So let's go ahead and give it a play test. So go ahead and hit play, and we are going to test out this little ball jump that we have made. So we can jump there, we can jump there. Just make sure that you can make it to all of the different spots without dying. And there you go. And watch, if I jump off the cliff, now that I've made it to this next checkpoint, if I jump off, we should spawn at our checkpoint. And yep, as you can see, we are at this checkpoint. Perfect. So let's make another obby obstacle course thing. For this, we're going to go ahead and click this triangle, and we're going to create a block. I'm going to make this a black block. And again, make sure that you click the anchored button. Next, we're going to go ahead and move this out. And we're going to click the scale button. This time, do not hold shift, just drag it along like that, okay? And we can even make it thinner like that, okay? Next, we're going to hit Control D, that's going to duplicate it, and we can make it smaller here. And we can just drag it out. As you can see, we're just kind of making a shape for a player to walk along. Okay? We can duplicate it again, and we can create another shape. And let's go ahead and duplicate it one more time, and we can drag it out like that. We can also drag it out like this so that there's a little bit of a jump that the player has to do. That's completely fine. Next, you're going to select your checkpoint. You're going to hit Control D to duplicate it again. You're going to click the move button, and you'll drag it out, and maybe to the side over there. There you go. There's checkpoint number 2. So now I'm going to show you how to make a quick kill brick. We are going to do a little bit of scripting here, but first let's go ahead and make another part. Again, super important, click anchored. And we're going to go ahead and scale it. Again, no pressing shift this time. If you press shift, you're going to notice it's going to scale up weird. We did that for the ball hop because we wanted it to scale all the way around. But this time we just want to make it a pretty long platform. Okay, that's fine. And next, we can go ahead and click parts, scale that down, and position it by dragging it or using your move and arrows, right? Oops, sorry. And if you make a mistake, you can always press Control then Z, and that will undo it. All right, so you can move this around. Okay, and then I'm going to change the color to be red, and again, make sure it's anchored. Okay, before you make more, we're going to insert a script inside of it. So this is why you want Explorer open. You're going to click this part, okay, and there you're going to hover over it, and you're going to click this plus right here, and you're going to search up script. Once you do that, you can click script, and you can put the script inside of it. Go ahead and type in this script, and I'll explain it afterwards. So say script.Parent.Touched, connect function. Okay, hit, drop a line by pressing enter. If hit.Parent, FindFirstChild, Humanoid, then hit.Parent, FindFirstChild, Humanoid, health equals to 0. Now I will have this in the description for you guys because this is not a scripting video, so I will have it linked down there for you guys to watch, copy and paste. But basically what this is saying is whenever this kill brick is touched, we are going to find out whoever hit it, and if they have a humanoid, that just means they're a player, and we're going to set their health to be 0. Next, you can duplicate this by hitting Control D, and duplicate it a few times so that they have to jump over it. And as you can see, it's a little bit off, so I'm going to go ahead and change the scale. There we go. I'm going to take the obby checkpoint, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to move it over there. Alright, after that scripting, if you're very interested in scripts and want to learn more about it, I'm doing a whole series about scripting on my channel right now. I'll leave the link to that down in the description as well. Alright, that should wrap up that part. Now that we have that, what I'm going to show you is we can create one more thing for our obby. Go ahead and make another black part, and we can move this up. Make sure you click anchored again, super important. We're going to scale it like so. And then we're going to duplicate it, okay? We're going to scale it down, and we're going to extend it, and we'll make it a red. And then make sure you scale it so that it's not inside of the other part. As you can see, it's just at the end of that part. You can hit Control D to duplicate it, and you can move it into the center. Control D, move it again, and we're going to make this one blue, and we're going to make this one yellow. Okay, so now we have a few parts. We're going to duplicate this again, and we're going to put it all the way there. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose one of them that they can walk on, okay? So click one of them, and make sure that Can Collide is checked. And for the other two, click them and scroll down in Properties and uncheck Can Collide. If Can Collide is unchecked, that means that people cannot walk on it. They'll fall straight through it. And if it is checked, that just means that they can walk on it. So we can go ahead and drag our mouse, so we can hold down, left click, and we can drag over all of this and duplicate it again and drag it way over there. This time I'm going to choose a different one, so I'm going to make Can Collide false on the yellow so people can fall through it, and true on blue so people can walk on it. And now we can move our checkpoint over here, and that should be the end of the obby. So if you want to add more to it, feel free. You can also use the toolbox, but be careful with scripts. Make sure that they seem like they are fine. If you don't know and you want to ask me in my Discord server, feel free. The link is in the description, and I can help you with a model to let you know if it seems safe or not. Okay, so once you've got that, we should be pretty good to go. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to publish your game now. So what you're going to do, you're going to click this File button up at the top corner, and you're going to click Publish to Roblox As. You're going to click Create New Game, and then you can title your game. I'm just going to call it Obby! Uncheck Team Create unless you're going to make this game with your friends, and I have a video on that if you need to know how. And click Create. And then it should say Successfully Published. If you ever make changes to it, just click File, Publish to Roblox, and that will change anything new. As you can see, it says Published, New Changes, and it should make any new changes for you. However, you're going to notice that it says it's published to 550,006, 26th place. So what you may have to do after clicking Publish to Roblox As is restart Roblox Studio, and by just closing it out, opening it up again, and going to your games. Let me show you that real quick. Okay, sorry about the whole screen issue, but you can see that your obby should be here when you click My Games and you start Studio up again. So just click that, and that's how you can access your game again. Now, how can you play it with your friends? This part is actually pretty simple. What you're going to do is you're going to go to roblox.com and you're going to click Create. Okay, and then once it's loading, once it loads, you're going to see this Private button right here, okay? Click Private. And then you can see you can choose public. So once you've clicked private, it'll bring you to this, and you can click the button public and click save. Okay, and to go back to it, go ahead and hit create again, and you will be able to find your obby, and it now says public. So now you can click, don't click this button right here, don't click the top one, click the second one right by starter place. You're going to click it, and as you can see, it's right here. You can play it, and you can send this link to your friends, and they can join you. And that is all you need to know to making a Roblox game in 2023. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial, and I hope you have been able to make a great Roblox game within 15 minutes. If you want more help, you can leave a comment down in the description, or go to my Discord server. Either way works, and I'll try to respond to you as quick as I can. Also, make sure to join my Discord server. Links in the description. And yeah, if you have any questions, like I said, let me know. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See you guys!